How are
Wait a
you?
minute. Wait a minute. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Loretta McNary Show and Cooking with Loretta. We are here. She's on location. I'm here, but I have with me the Ghetto Chef. Oh, my goodness. And we promised we were going to cook some mac and cheese from a box and Ghetto Chef it. We're gonna Ghetto Chef rise it. I'm gonna make a word up to explain what we're doing. So I'm gonna turn you over to our chef, and I'll be right here following the process too. So, chef, what are we doing?
All right, great. So hey Loretta, how's everybody? So we had everybody go ahead and pre-boil their macaroni. So mine is just coming out. I just pre-boiled it. I took it and I drained it. I'm going to add 3/4 of a stick of butter to the hot macaroni. And this is just macaroni, boiled macaroni in a mixing bowl. And you can see from the stick, we use 3/4 of a stick of butter. Now, we're going to stir this up nicely so that the butter melts in our hot macaroni. All right, there's nothing in this pot but the macaroni we boiled and drained, and the butter. Nothing in this bowl, okay? And we're just going to mix this up to let the butter kind of melt inside of our macaroni. Now, I like to say this is the even playing field. We talked about today we're going to upscale mac and cheese, and we're going to make this mac and cheese so that it would be able to stand on the table with anybody else's, right? So all this is, it's a box of deluxe mac and cheese that I've boiled, and right now we got 3/4 of a stick of butter. I see you. All right now. So we're going to stir this up. The playing field is
Hey,
level.
chef, slow down a second, because we're new. You the professional.
Okay.
So
All we're doing is stirring some butter and some pasta.
but we giving
Super
us too much
easy.
butter.
Huh?
You giving us too much credit, honey.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay,
So
so we drained it and we added how much butter? 4 tablespoons.
three 3/4 of a stick of butter. Let's see how many. Do you want to put in tablespoons? It would be 4 tablespoons. That's right.
Yes.
Of
Yes.
butter.
So this was
Okay.
a full butter. This was full butter. And then I did
Yep.
4 tablespoons. So this is all I have left. I
Yep.
like to
Drop it
put a
in
little
there.
extra in mine though, because I love butter.
All right. Extra. Look, we're gonna make everybody who's watching and you, Loretta, this is your mac and cheese. It's gonna be your famous recipe. Everybody's gonna love in the holidays, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now, if you didn't get a chance, because I saw that the flyer said a dash of seasoning, okay? So for me, what I've got is half a teaspoon of black pepper. Now, this is fine black pepper. I get fine black pepper because I don't like to see the pepper in my food. But if you have just regular black pepper, that's fine. And this is a teaspoon. If you don't have little cups like me, it's just a teaspoon or a spoon like Loretta has. I got just a regular tablespoon, and it's just the end of a tablespoon. And we're
Okay.
just gonna shake it through, nice and all the way around our mac and cheese. Okay, that's done. If you had to go get your pepper, that's okay. We're gonna stir for a minute while you grab it. So now there's nothing in this bowl but some cooked macaroni, 3/4 sticks of butter, and half of a tablespoon or 1/4 of a tablespoon, teaspoon of black pepper. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Next thing we're gonna do, we got just a tad bit of salt. I am using kosher salt, but you can use regular table salt.
Okay,
I'm not a
okay,
big
so
salt fan.
I have sea salt. Can I do sea salt, pink sea
Sea
salt?
salt is fine.
Himalayan. Okay, good.
Yep. Himalayan pink salt.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I got.
Now, this came from a box, and we all know that everything in a box is already preserved, so it's already got some salt in it. Normally, if I take something out of a box or a can, I don't add salt. But I'm adding it to this particular recipe because we're going to put some heavy cream in it, and we know the heavy cream needs flavoring because it's super bland. Okay? I'm only going to put just the tip of my tablespoon in there, just a little bit, maybe a tad bit more, no more than a teaspoon. This is probably about half a teaspoon that I'm using. I see you working it. Cooking is exercise. You can count this as arm work if you'd like to. So now we're just going to mix this really well. The secret, if there are secrets to cooking, one of them would be to make sure that everything is evenly mixed really well, no matter what you're cooking. Never just dump some seasoning in something and keep it going. Always take your time and really mix your food up well. It evens the flavoring throughout the food and to make sure that every bite tastes the same. And that's really important to all the people who are going to be eating it. Okay? So, if you just joined us, there's nothing in this bowl but some cooked macaroni from this box that we have drained. And we put 3/4 of a stick of butter. We put about a half of a tablespoon of pepper and about a teaspoon of salt. That's what we've got in here. Now, we'll talk about the science of seasoning on another day, but we're going to take a whole half of a tablespoon of white sugar and we're going to shake it all the way through. Sugar and salt mixed together and they make a wonderful flavor. We'll talk about why later, but in your mac and cheese, you need them both. I did a half of a tablespoon.
Okay, so this is a tablespoon.
Yep, put half of that. Mm-hmm.
Half.
And that's just plain old white sugar.
Plain old white sugar.
That looks like a big heaping part, but okay. You put sugar in your grits, so.
I do, and you love me anyway, and I love you because you don't.
I still love you. That's right. Still love you. Okay.
Your page.
Now,
hey, Chef, can somebody set the tag on your page so they can see it?
Tag on my page.
Okay. Oh, Sandra's on.
Do what to my page?
Yeah.
Right now.
Let somebody on your team accept the tags on Ghetto Chef page and your personal page.
Okay.
So your friends and family can watch.
We'll do it. Now, while we have this bowl, we're going to turn our oven on right now. We're going to put it on broil high, and we're going to let it start getting nice and hot. Okay? So just put it on broil high is all you want your oven on for right now. Okay? Going to keep stirring our bowl. There is nothing in this bowl, okay? But the cooked macaroni, 3/4 of a stick of butter, half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt. Huh?
I was showing them that it was on broil high.
Yes, broil high.
I've never had my oven on broil high before.
Make sure nothing's in it, because if there's something in it, it's going to be fire hot. Make sure it's empty.
It's empty.
Okay, good. I have to go check because I keep my cast iron in the oven at all times. So I have to pull stuff out before I turn my oven on. Okay.
I know. And surprisingly, I do have 2 cast iron skillets.
Yeah. Okay. So now what we have here is a half a cup of heavy cream. I'm going to set it down for a minute because I was asked this question earlier today when I was in the store. And I thought it'd be great to talk about. So I picked up some half and half, some whipping cream, and heavy cream. So I have 3 different types of cream here. Now, can you see them? Someone asked me in the store, I was getting my heavy cream this morning, and the young man asked me, what's the difference? And so I thought, it'd be great for us to answer that this afternoon. So it's really easy. Heavy cream is the heaviest. Everybody knows cream is made from milk, right? You let the milk sit, the cream rises to the top, and it's shaved off the top of the milk. The heavy cream is what's shaved off first. It's got the densest and the most of the milk fat in it. The whipping cream is just heavy cream that has been strained. So they're pretty much the same thing. It just has less of the milk fat in it than the heavy cream does. And it's a lighter cream. They taste the same. The only difference between heavy whipping cream and regular whipping cream is the density and fat. Okay. The half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you explained because I did Instacart to order my stuff the other day. And I thought heavy whipping cream was something totally opposite of what I needed, but I grabbed it anyway because I didn't see anything else. So I'm glad you clarified that it's okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And half is exactly what it said. It's half cream and half milk. and it is the lightest of the three in the family. So if you are making, like today, we're using heavy cream. We're using the heaviest and the fattest cream because we're making a nice dense dish, and
Okay.
that's what it's for. Whipping cream is best when we're making soups, or when we're making like a lobster bisque, something that we're making a little bit lighter. If we're going to bake with it, then whipping cream is usually it's lighter, so it makes for lighter, a lighter outcome in your food. Okay, half and half is the lightest of them all, and I really don't use it when I cook, but it's great in your coffee, right? Okay, so now we've got our heavy whipping cream in the bowl. One more time, in case you're just joining us. Go
Okay.
ahead and put your drained pasta, teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon or so of salt, half a tablespoon of sugar, got 3/4 of a stick of butter. This is a half a cup of heavy whipping cream. Now, I'm not a big cream fan, okay? But if you are, go for what you know. But here's the key to your mac and cheese. We do not want it to be soupy. We want it to be creamy. So we're going to pour it in a little bit at a time. Put a little bit across the top, like so. We're going to hold up. That's about half of the half a cup, which would be 1/4 of a cup. Let's stir that up. Can you see my bowl, Loretta?
I can. I'm going to get on
Okay.
you close.
What we want to create
Can
is,
your camera person get closer to that?
I'll just do this.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure mine was looking like yours. Hold it up again, Chef. I'm going to hold mine. You
Yeah.
got to.
Okay. Hold it up. There you go. And what we want is a creamy consistency, not soupy. So if I scrape to the bottom of my bowl, if you can see the bottom of my bowl, there's no soup or juice at the bottom of my bowl. Okay.
Oh, I
So there's
did
the
it. Me either.
Good. Great job. All right. So that's what we want. We don't want there to be any leftover soup or any leftover juice at the bottom of the bowl. We want a nice creamy mixture of just pasta. Now, y'all, I'm gonna drop just a little bit more of mine because I feel like it could have a little more. And if you do too, go right ahead and do that. If not, if you feel good where you are, stay where you are. But we don't want it to become soupy. Okay? All right.
I don't want it to be soupy. Okay.
How you doing over there, Loretta?
I'm doing good over here. It's not soupy at all. I don't know if I need to add a little more cream because it's definitely not soupy.
Not soupy. You just want it creamy. If you think about when you eat mac and cheese, what's your favorite thing about it? It is not soupy and drippy.
No, I
It
don't like
comes up on your spoon. It's nice and thick and creamy. Yes. Now, we got some mozzarella cheese.
Yes.
This is 4 ounces. I have one 8-ounce bag of macaroni and cheese, of mozzarella cheese. There you go. Open that up. Half of that bag. Is that an 8-ounce bag, Loretta?
Yes, 8 ounces.
Okay. So what I have in this cup is half of that. And we're just going to shake and about half of it. So Loretta, you're going to take probably 4 pinches out of that bag. And we're going to stir it up inside of our macaroni.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it in
Stir it up.
there. And
Mix it real well.
That I'm actually cooking this, honey, because people don't know I cook rarely. I don't cook anymore, but I used to.
It is okay if it does not disappear. All right. Some people think they got to stir and stir and stir till every part of the cheese is gone. It is okay if it does not disappear. Okay. But you do want to make sure that it's mixed very, very well.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to put just a little dabble more in there. Just because I'm a cheese person. I love cheese.
Yeah, okay. I want to add some cheddar cheese too. So
yes. So, and I talked about this with a friend earlier today. Macaroni and cheese is a cheese dish. It's all about the cheese. If you want to throw some Gouda in there, I love to put some Gouda in. You can throw, like you're about to add some cheddar, some Monterey Jack. You know, you see people, they have 6 cheese, macaroni and cheese. It's because they put 6 different types of cheeses in there. We're being easy today because we're just fancying up this box. But, you know, if you're getting ready for Thanksgiving, you want to put a little spice on it, 2 or 3 pieces of pepper jack cheese in the bottom. Stir that up. Gives a nice little heat, nice little spice to macaroni and cheese. Like I said, Gouda makes for a great smoky macaroni and cheese. Today, we're just making something the basic mac and cheese, and we're just using the mozzarella. All right, you got yours all stirred up, Loretta?
I do. Can I add my other? Can I add my second cheese next? Actually, I got the Mexican style blend. Can I just add it in there now or wait?
Yes, yes. Listen, guys, whatever kind of cheese you have, if you want to put in this mac and cheese today, drop it in there because this is what it's about. We're making macaroni and cheese, and it's about the cheese, all about the cheese today, right? Okay, so let me know once you've got all the cheeses you want in there, Loretta.
I got all the cheeses I want in here.
This is what we're looking like right now. I hope everybody can see that. I didn't practice my camera moves, but okay. So that's what it looks like. It's just a nice, thick, cheesy mixture of macaroni. Okay. Now,
yeah, it's looking like pimento cheese now because it's thick.
Now, I would not add the pimento. It's not going to go well because we are not baking this. We're just sticking it in to get a good char on top.
The consistency looks like pimento cheese because there's not soup
Oh,
here.
that's true. Okay, that's okay.
That's good.
Does everybody have a little baking pan? I just have a little 8x8 glass baking pan. You can put it. I think I have a cake pan. Hold on, I'm coming right back.
Yeah, because I have 8x8 myself. I have an 8x8 baking pan.
That's perfect. I got just a little regular. There's a little cake pan. Yep. Don't panic. You can stick it in a skillet and drop it in a skillet. We do not need anything that's going to bake because all we're going to do is put this on our broil high for 4 minutes to darken the top, okay? Because the pasta is pretty cooked, all right? Now, everybody should have your packet that came inside your box. Mm-hmm. Okay? Some of us have the liquidy packet. Is yours liquid or did you get the powder?
Mine's the powder kind.
Okay, that's great. So this is what I want everybody to do. Start at the top, liquid or powder, and we're going to push it all as far down in there as we can, okay? Loretta, you're going to shake yours. Shake it down because we wanted to get all this in the bottom of your packet. You got it in the bottom of your packet?
Yes.
Okay, great. Because that's going to make this packet really heavy at the bottom, which is going to give it some nice height and longevity while we throw it in the trash can.
Oh, we did all that.
Throw it away. Throw it away. Ghetto Chef loves you way too much to have you dump those preservatives in your food. Okay? We're not going to eat that. All right? Now, we're going to take our nice little baking sheet we got.
Do I need to
and we're going to scoop
butter at the bottom? Do I need to...
Nope. No butter, no oil, nothing. We're going to scoop our homemade mac and cheese because you just learned how to make homemade mac and cheese without that pack that they sell you at the store that's filled with preservatives. We're going to put it in there like that. Can everybody see? You see that, Loretta? Let me move over some.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to put it in our pan nice and even like that. Get it off the spoon. We have some cheese left, and we're just going to shake it across the top.
Okay.
Like so. In there.
Okay, I add more of the mozzarella on the top.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is what mine looks like. Can you see it?
I can't see.
All right. So now, if you want to have some color, you can add a little cheddar. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. Okay, great. Now, keep in mind, the more cheese you have, the longer we're going to put it in the oven. But we're only going to put it in for 4 minutes because this is actually a done dish. You could eat it right now. Okay? But we want it to be pretty for the table. We want to have that nice brown sear that we see over the top of mac and cheese that makes it look fancy and delicious. Okay? So are we ready?
Yes.
We're going to go in the oven, top rack as close as possible to our broilers. And that's going to take about 4 minutes. So, Loretta, what do you want to talk about for the next 4 minutes?
Okay, so we just put it in the oven or on the bottom on the broiler thingy.
You're going to put it, your broilers should be at the top. So what should be, Yeah. So we're going to
I'll
put it on
take
the
your
top
word
rack.
for it. I put it on the top shelf and moved it in the middle of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Middle top shelf. Exactly where you want it. We're on broil high.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is really a great, very simple macaroni and cheese recipe. We're all going to taste it together. We're all going to taste what we've made. As you notice, we are about 20 minutes in. So it's the same amount of time as if we had made that stuff.
Yeah, with
If
that
we,
horrible. Yeah. Oh my
yeah. So
goodness.
it doesn't really save us a lot of time. And we're just going to take our next 4 minutes and wait for it to brown over. But our mac and cheese is pretty much ready. Now, there are lots of little secrets that people put in their macaroni and cheese. Some people dice up some some onion really fine in it. Some people put a little oregano in the bottom. It really just comes down to your seasoning and your cheeses. But the way to make it is how we just made it. Now, we did not make a roux today. Loretta, we can do that one day. Grandmas and
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Okay, what are we doing next? Tell people how to find you because they need to go to your Facebook page and then we'll mention the website too. But please like and share the Ghetto Chef's Facebook group because she is posting a lot of content there, a lot of great recipes, and you can find her on there to do some Q&As with her moving forward. And she and I are going to be cooking some more, and she's going to come on and just cook by herself on her channel. But this is who you want to be connected to. She's also doing events that you'll be able to come to. We're going to be kicking those off. So just make sure you are following Ghetto Chef on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We're going to tell you about that. But please, for today, go ahead and like and join the Ghetto Chef Facebook group page, because let me tell you, this show is airing on there. It's on her personal page, but we want to drive you to that group page. Everybody send somebody to the Ghetto Chef group page because I love it. I love seeing her recipes, and she'll see something that she's going to try. She'll make over leftovers, and she's just amazing.
Yeah, and so it's just Ghetto Chef. There is a The Ghetto Chef. So I am just Ghetto Chef. That's not in front of me. Find me on Facebook. My logo is black and teal with Ghetto Chef across the middle, so you'll know that's me. But please, join my Facebook group, like my Facebook page. You can find me on Instagram, _Ghetto Chef is how you can find me on Instagram. And by all means, follow me. We're going to have a lot of fun in the kitchen and do some great things like we've done today. And we're always going to do it cost effectively, and we're always going to do it in an amount of time that can feed our families and make them feel good and not take up the entire evening. Right now, we're about 22 minutes in. Loretta, I'm at 4 minutes. Are you at 4 minutes?
I don't know.
All right. That's 4 minutes, right? Okay.
Yeah, sounds like 4 minutes to me.
Yeah, my sous chef is waving at me that it's 4 minutes. However, I need a little more time. I probably need another minute. I'm not quite as toasty as might be. How's yours looking, Loretta?
I need a little more time. I do see where it is browning because I love my pizza browned. I love my lasagna browned. I don't want it if it doesn't have brown edges where that cheese is really, really thoroughly cooked. I like a little crunch, but not dried out. So I want to make sure. Yeah, it's a fine step in line between that being dry and being a little crisp on the edges.
And all we want today is that crisp on the edges because the macaroni itself has already been cooked and it's done. So it's only in the oven to crisp up and get a little color to it. And so we'll give it about another minute and a half. You have to be very careful when you're broiling because there's a fine line between the perfect bake and burnt. So we'll make sure that we watch it very closely over the next minute and a half. What I was going to tell you is the big difference between making this, upscaling this box macaroni and macaroni from scratch is if we had made it from scratch, we would have had a roux at the bottom and that would be baking through. And that takes about 30, 45 minutes on about 400. So that's why today's a real special day, especially if you're, coming in from work and you want some mac and cheese to go with something. The same way that you would just pop a box of macaroni and cheese together, we can pop some home cooked macaroni and cheese together and be ready. So let me take another peek.
Okay, yours, are we
mine is brown? Okay, that last 45 seconds helped us out. I'm going to pull it out. Make sure you grab something to grab it with. I'm a kitchen towel kind of person. I know some people love mitts. I know some people love mitts, but I really become more of a towel person because I'm constantly wiping. And listen, folks, here it is. I hope, Loretta, can you see?
Bring it up a little closer. Yeah.
Okay. So,
oh my goodness. So, Chef, I want you to see what your student did. I'm just super excited by this, y'all.
so there it is. There's mine.
Oh, it's trying to come out the pot, the pan. It's so good, and I can hear it. Look how
you got it nice and creamy. That looks delicious. That looks delicious. Do we have anybody on with us that cooked it? Oh, they can't show us though. Listen, if you are here with us and you made this dish, please, please post it in the Ghetto Chef group. I would like to see how everybody's turned out. But by all means, there it is. You can take this to the potluck. You can take it to grandma's house. You can take it to your sister's house. You can take it wherever you want to. We've got some upscale mac and cheese made in 25 minutes and 56 seconds. So I'm very happy about that. Before we go, Loretta, let's taste it, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what food looks like. It has to taste good, right? So yes. I'm going to pull mine over here. Let me get this bowl out of the way. And
okay, so I cannot eat my food piping hot. I am horrible at that. So you go ahead, but I do have. Oh, look at this cheese pool, y'all! Look at this cheese
pool. That's see. Can you see it? Can you see the cheese coming out?
You do not get a cheese pool with that powder stuff.
You do not.
I got the cheese pool. I'm dropping it everywhere because it's
not
overcooked.
You got a nice cheesy dish. Yes. It's hot. It's warm. It is preservative free, with the lack of other than the preservatives that were in the noodles, but it's preservative free. It's made from cheese and some good ingredients in our house. It's good. It's healthier for our family than if we had put the pack of poison in. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, pretty good. How's yours?
The good food dance, honey. The good food dance.
Ready. So there you have it. The kiddies will love this. Let them join in. Let them sprinkle the cheese in. Let them stir. But I'm about to eat some more of that. But it's delicious. Tastes great. 22 minutes to make it. Mine cost about $7.60 because Kroger had a sale on the mac and cheese. They were 2 for $3. How much did you spend for yours, Loretta?
About the same, because Kroger did have it on sale, and it was less because we get to make another dish. You actually have enough for another serving with everything, so it's actually about $4. Don't you think, Chef? When you
because you have enough of everything to make another serving. This will serve 4 people very easily. And like I said, it was let's say $8. I think it was $7.60 and some change, so $8. This will serve 4, and then of course you can make the other batch, which will serve 4 more people.
I know. I just can't believe how pretty it is.
Isn't it gorgeous?
I'm gonna put some I put smoked paprika on top to give it a little more brown because I do like color, and it is the best thing I probably ever made in a long time.
Well, good. And you can sprinkle a little Parmesan on top of it too. Anybody who wants to, just to make it fancy,
Yes. Okay, so what's next? Sandra Blundis said, it looks so yummy. I know that cheese pool was everything. I've never did that before. So you guys just don't know how over the moon I am about this whole dish. And it is healthier, right? It is so much healthier. Do away the
It's better for your body. And it tastes better. It tastes better, trust me. And thank you, Sandra. Appreciate you for joining us today. Thank you for the compliment. I hope you made it. And if you didn't, please make it. And go to Ghetto Chef group and let us know how it turns out. I would love to hear from you.
Me too. Well, that wraps it up for us today. We'll be back. Like I said, we're going to let you know her schedule. We're going to get a weekly schedule or bi-weekly schedule where she'll come on and prepare an amazing dish live for us with our sous chef and her team. And then I'll be on just supporting her. And then she and I will cook a lot more together because she's actually she's training me because I do want to learn how to cook more and do more cooking. So what's next? What do you think we're going to cook next? What can they look forward to?
So I'm kind of torn because I made some fish and grits the other day, and And I didn't have, in the video that went up, it didn't really show you how to make the grits. And so I've had a lot of questions about that. So I do believe we're going to do a show on how to make the perfect pot of grits, because those are important and they can be with, eaten with lots and lots of things, especially now we're doing shrimp and grits and fish and grits. It's not just a breakfast food anymore. So we're definitely going to do that. And we're also, as we come upon the holidays, we're going to do holiday dishes. So we're going to do a green bean casserole. We're going to do a broccoli casserole. For sure, we're going to do dressing. Everybody, get with us. We're going to do dressing, how to make a great dressing. There's the argument between putting the chicken in the dressing or not putting the chicken in the dressing. So we're going to make both so everybody knows how. And you can even have a buffet style for your family as the holidays come up. But we're going to work on those traditional holiday dishes as well as just some quick family dishes we can make at home, like this macaroni and cheese. Someone else asked me if macaroni and cheese is a meal by itself. Now, we all eat it as a side, but the answer to the question is yes. Macaroni and cheese has carbs, it has dairy, and so it does meet the qualifications of being a meal alone. Okay. So if all you have is a bowl of mac and cheese, and Ghetto Chef feels like as long as your stomach's full, you had a whole meal. But mac and cheese does qualify as a meal by itself.
Okay, and I would love some garlic toast on here. I would love some tuna on the side or some salmon, but it's gonna be by itself today, I promise you. And I love it. Also, Sandra said she's living in a retirement community and her meals are provided. Would love for our chef here to make it. I know we should come there and cook for everybody.
Listen, invite me and I will go anywhere.
Yes. How will to come? Yes. Yeah, because it's definitely going to be in different kitchens. It won't always be in her kitchen. We're going to be in different kitchens on location at different places. Like with my Cooking with Loretta, I travel with that show and go all across the place with it. But Chef is going to go with me. I'm going to come with her sometimes. And most of the time, she's going to be by herself because she does not need help with cooking. I will be taking notes, though. I will still be taking notes on that chicken and dressing. I want to learn how to, mix those collard greens and turnip greens together and not overcook them, right? Because there's a fine line when the nutrients just disappear.
Oh yeah, there's a place to stop. But the key we'll talk about that. But there is a key for greens, and the biggest thing for greens is to make sure that we don't overboil, which a lot of people tend to do. And that comes from the water consistency, especially when you're dealing with adding meat, the time that you add the meat, and the water consistency. Now, I don't really use water with my greens. I cook them in vegetable broth with a little bit of chicken broth. So I don't cook them in water, which that's a different boil as well. But we'll talk about that when we get to make them.
We got so much to talk about. Well, Chef, thank you so much for joining the Loretta McNary Show, Ghetto Chef, live TV, all that good stuff combined. And that's what is so key. This is my whole thing, collaboration, y'all. Look at what we did today. I couldn't have did this without her. So you'll see a lot of collaborations between Cooking with Loretta and Ghetto Chef TV. You're going to see it. She's going to be everywhere. Please follow and like her wherever you can, because I will get a notification too that she's on. I want to always know when she's on, but I'm going to get a notification. Chef, thank you so much. I'm so excited about this journey moving forward, and just can't wait to see how grand this whole thing is going to be and how you're going to really bless and change families, get families back to eating and cooking together in the kitchen. And I know that's the biggest thing that you want to do. So thank you for that.
Thank you, ma'am. Everybody have a great day.
You want to close?
We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Your life live today, have your troubles away, maybe learn another way, hanging with Loretta. Now it's time for some fun, get some inspiration. Don't you stop until you want.